Okay, so we can't just say that, oh, I'll develop the critical thinking skills of my students. I'll develop the problem solving skills of my students without giving them exercises or activities that develop their critical thinking skills and problem solving skills. ကိုကျောင်းသားတွေကို critical thinking skills တိုးတက်အောင်လုပ်မယ် problem solving skills တိုးတက်စေတယ်လို့ငါလုပ်မယ်လို့ပဲပါဇက်ကပြောပြီးတော့အဲ့ဒီလို skills တွေကိုဖွံ့ဖြိုးစေမယ် activities မျိုးမပေးဘူးဆိုလို့ရှိရင် will they develop their critical thinking skills and problem solving skills? No. ဘလို့မှသူတို့အဲ့ဒီ skills တွေမဖွံ့ဖြိုးနိုင်ဘူး That's why the third soft skill we will be developing in our students is critical thinking skills and problem solving skills, and we will let students pose questions, find solutions, correct their own errors. So for students, okay, ask them to work out solutions and correct their errors. Okay, they must know how to correct their own errors and correct the errors of their friends. Okay, and the fourth soft skill we will be developing is creativity and innovation. Okay, for that, yes, we must give them chances to think outside the box. So to think outside the box means they must think in very innovative ways. တာမန်စဉ်းစားရိုးစဉ်းစားစဉ်ပုံစံမျိုးမဟုတ်ဘဲနဲ့ think out of the box နည်းနည်းထိုးထွင်းရှာကြံစဉ်းစားတတ်ဖို့လိုလိမ့်မယ် and the reason is to explore new ideas and solve problems. So why should our students need to think out of the box then? What is the reason then? Out of the box ပုံမှန်သမယိုးကြမစဉ်းစားဘူးဘာဖြစ်လို့လဲအဓိကအကြောင်းအရာက to explore new ideas အတွေးသစ်အမြင်သစ်တွေရရှိဖို့ရယ် and to solve problems ပြဿနာတွေကိုဖြေရှင်းတတ်ဖို့ဖြစ်တယ် and the final soft skill we will be developing in our students is citizenship နိုင်ငံသားကောင်းဖြစ်တတ်ဖို့เนาะ and they must be actively participate in the school and wider community. So in the school community, they must help clean the school compound. They must help clean their classroom. This morning when I came, I was a bit worried because I think we need to clean the room a bit. So we must encourage our students to help do things in the school and in a wider community, that is at home, in their ward, in their village, in their towns, and so on. So we must train them to do all these. If you visit Japan, then you will see that school children have to clean their classroom during their break time after lunch. Japan နိုင်ငံမှာဆိုကလေးလေးတွေက after lunch စားပြီးရတယ်သူတို့မှာအဝတ်ကလေးတွေပါတယ်ကျန်းနေတက်ရတယ်အကုန်လုံးဒူးလေးတွေထောက်ပြီးတော့ကျန်းနေတိတ်ချာတက်တထေးသမီးလည်းမရှိဘူးဘယ်သူအကုန်လုံးဒန်းတူရည်တူပဲ so we must train our students to develop citizenship in school, and for fairness and conflict resolution skills, they must be fair to their family members, fair to their classmates. They must learn fairness. တာဒူညီမျှရှိရမယ်သူကြီးပဲဟိုအတန်းရှိမှတစ်ချိန်လုံးထိုင်ချင်တာမျိုးမဟုတ်ဘူး We must train our students to develop all these soft skills. Okay? And now, in this new curriculum, we will be adopting student-centered approach. I'm sure you all know that. Okay? We won't practice teachers-centered. Teachers will not speak all the time. Teachers will not take up all the class time. We will practice student-centered approach. So why do we adopt the student-centered approach then? There are reasons there. First of all, let's have a look at first of all, what will we look at? The lessons themselves. In the student-centered approach, the lessons will be more interesting for the students. And what else? Could you please read the next point? Enjoyable for students. The lessons will be more enjoyable for the students. And next, they are relevant for the students. You are teaching grade 10 students, so you cannot expect them to be like scientists. Grade 10 ကျောင်းသားအရွယ်ကိုတခါတည်းသိပ္ပံနိုင်ငံကျော်သိပ္ပံပညာရှင်လောက်တက်အောင်သွားသင်လို့လည်းမရအောင်။ဒါမှမဟုတ်သူတို့တက်ပြီးသားဟိုငငယ်တဲ့အရာကိုလည်းသွားသင်လို့လည်း relevant မဖြစ်ဘူး။ So the lessons will be relevant, and then the last one, they are meaningful to the students. So the lessons, all the lessons adopted in using the student-centered approach will be meaningful to the students. And what is the next factor then? Student engagement. So what will student engagement be like in using student-centered approach? Student-centered approach ကျောင်းသားဗဟိုသုံးတဲ့အခါမှာ student engagement, students involvement ကျောင်းသားတွေရဲ့ပါဝင်မှုကဘယ်လိုရှိမလဲဆိုရင် students actively participate. Students cannot get sleepy and sleep in the class. They must actively participate in the classroom activities. And what else? Class, could you please read the next point? Yes, students will collaborate with their peers. They will not work in isolation. You will not work alone. You will have to work with your peers. So what does it mean by peers then? Friends, yes, very good. They will have to work with their friends, and that's how student engagement will be like in student-centered approach. And the third factor we'll have a look at is the teachers. What will the teachers do then? Could you please read the first point? Yes, so the teachers will provide the students with challenging learning experiences. So the lessons will not be too easy. Okay? The lessons will be challenging enough for the students to tackle, to deal with. ကျောင်းသားတွေကိုပေးတဲ့ experiences တွေ tasks တွေကိုကဘာဖြစ်နေလဲဆိုရင် challenging ဖြစ်မယ်သူတို့ရုန်းကန်ပြီးတော့လောက်ရတဲ့ကိစ္စမျိုးဖြစ်မယ် and the next point so the teachers will design real life problem solving situations so they must give students tasks. The tasks must be designed in such a way that students will need to solve the problems on their own in the real life situations as well. Okay? And when you pronounce the word situations, remember that there's no r sound, r sound there. That's why it is pronounced situation, not situation. Could you please pronounce this word again? Situation. Re ဆိုတဲ့အတန်ချစ်ချာကြားနေတဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့်ပြောတာเนาะဆရာတို့ပြန်ပြီးတော့ပြန်သင်တဲ့အခါမှာ situation လုံးဝမဟုတ်ဘူးเนาะအတန်တစ်လုံးမှမပါဘူးနောက်ဆုံးတစ်ခေါက်ပြန်ဆိုကြည့်အောင် situation တချို့အစမပြေသေးဘူးเนาะပြန်ပြီးတော့ကိုယ့်ရဲ့ pronouncing dictionary ဖုန်းထဲမှာထည့်ပြီးတော့နားထောင်ကြည့်ပါ and then the next factor is student thinking. So what the students' thinking will be like, and we will develop the critical thinking skills of our students because our focus is on that skill, and we will also develop the problem-solving skills of our students. Because I have already explained that, I'll not elaborate on that anymore. And the final point is class discussions. We will have a lot of class discussion in the class. So in class discussion, what will the teachers do? Teacher will explain, yes, what students are expected to do, what students are supposed to do, and then what else? Ask questions. Teachers will ask students a lot of questions. And what else? The teachers will have to listen to the students as well. Sometimes we feel that we do not need to listen to our students. Our students must listen to us all the time. But in adopting this student-centered approach, we must listen to our students as well. Sometimes their ideas may be better than our ideas. They might come up with very good ideas than ours. So we must listen to our students as well. So, and what should students do then? Students talk. Students must talk. So for our students to talk then, what should the teachers do? Yes, when you come into the class, if you just listen, then will your students talk? No, you must give your students chances to talk. သူစကားပြောအောင်လို့ကိုကပြောဖို့ chance ပေးဖို့လိုတယ် So students must talk. What else? Discuss. They must discuss anything, any statement and problem you ask them to discuss. Next, ask questions. If they are not clear with your instructions, or if there are things that they are not clear, then they must be able to ask intelligent questions. So train your students to ask questions. At the same time, train them to ask intelligent questions. No? ကျောင်းသားတွေကိုမေးခွန်းပြန်မေးတတ်အောင် train လုပ်ပါတပြိုင်တည်းမှာပဲဒီ questions တွေကအဓိပ္ပာယ်မရှိတဲ့ questions မျိုးမဟုတ်ဘူးဥပမာအားဖြင့်ဒါကိုပြန်ကူးရေးရမလားအဲ့လိုပြောတာမဟုတ်ဘူး intelligent questions အင်မတန်ဉာဏ်စွမ်းသုံးတဲ့ question မျိုးဖြစ်ရမယ်ယူဒနာ question မျိုးမဟုတ်ပါဒီလိုရောလုပ်လို့မရဘူးလားဟိုလိုဆိုရင်ရောဒီမှာဆိုရင်မှားမနေဘူးလားအစရှိသဖြင့်ဆရာကိုပြန်ပြီးတော့မေးနိုင်လောက်တဲ့ questioning တွေဖြစ်ဖို့ကိုအားပေးရပါမယ်နောက်ဆုံးတစ်ခုကပါလဲ listen naturally most of the time students will have to listen to the teacher so that's why we adopt student center approach in our teaching ကိုကြီးပဲအတန်းထဲမှာဘုံမလုပ်တော့ဘူး when we use the new textbook then we will give our students lots of chance to speak, to discuss, to ask questions. Okay?